Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. So a few things to talk about before we get going on today's video. Number one, I've been sick for about a week straight now. I'm just starting to feel a little bit better. Number two, this jersey with the hoodie look got me looking like the round mound of Motown, like straight up, bro. It's not a good look, but also, I checked the scale this morning. I might like my lowest weight in about 7 years. So, hey, man, it is what it is. And number three, bitch-ass Pistons are 1-5. We got a video today by Wilson C titled The Most Hated NBA Player on Each Team by Their Own Fan Base. I know for the Pistons, it's going to be Killian Hayes. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I'm still... I want Killian to be good. There has been, like, nothing more exciting to me in basketball than when Killian Hayes drops a 20-point game. You see it about once every damn 3 years. He only been in the NBA for 3 years, so we won't see him one time. But still, man, like, I don't know. I want to believe. I want to believe that he could be something, man. I don't know. So we're gonna start off here. Get this going on this video. Looks like DeAndre Hunter for the Hawks. Y'all don't like DeAndre Hunter? Check it out.
Of the Atlanta Hawks, DeAndre Hunter.
I like DeAndre.
Explode and take a leap, but hasn't won up his game yet. Being the former number 4 pick, viewed as a two-way specialist, some stretches can score 20 plus 3-4 games.
Third option on a championship team in his prime
for 2 straight weeks. Many fans say he's a future star and untradeable. Some believe he's just average.
What was number 6 pick?
Capella frustrating at times. At least he's a big body who can crash the glass, much needed. Boston Celtics, everybody's beloved. Although Robert Williams' injury concerning to
Boston
start
Celtics,
the season,
the whole team
played super hard last season to reach the finals. I'm going with Blake Griffin, who's a heavy shell of himself. Not much left in the tank.
I would say the most hated player on the Boston Celtics. Man, y'all don't like Blake Griffin already?
Defend, will bang and foul a lot down low.
I just last legs can't play defense.
Brooklyn Nets, the pathetic, soft, and weak-minded Ben Simmons, who continues to be an absolute travesty. Net fans scratching their heads, watching him scared to shoot the damn ball. 1-3
Wilson
start,
going in, man.
picked up where he left off. Early drama from Brooklyn.
I will say though, the fact that this man Ben Simmons is 7 foot airball to layup, it's not working. There we go. See this, man? He's 7 foot. He's 7 foot airballed this shit, bro. Like, man, this ball is flat, bro. Like, damn, man. Look at that. Okay, sorry. I don't know why I'm getting so distracted today.
Brooklyn, and this time it's not coming from Kyrie Irving. Despite Irving causing multiple headaches throughout the last couple seasons, he can flat out ball,
why you
back it up
shoot it, Ben?
But Simmons looked like he hasn't practiced since Game 7 of 2021. Got shit on by the better and stronger Giannis. Every time the basket's open, Simmons refuses and looks the other way. Everyone will let him
it's all
have
psychological at this point.
Doesn't seem to care, looking like a disaster for Brooklyn. The first $170 million contract player who's actually scared to shoot a basketball, even scared to shoot layups. Only so much Durant and Irving can handle. Charlotte Hornets, I'm going with Mason Plumlee.
For sure.
Can't guard Embiid or Giannis. Similar to Cody Zeller, should be.
Yo, the worst thing about Mason Plumlee is that once upon a time he was actually pretty decent for my Detroit Pistons, and then he went to the Charlotte Hornets. He's like, all right, I'm done. He's like, I was a one-hit wonder, man. One-hit wonder.
Instead of a starter, while James Bolton had his
I liked him on the
Pistons.
He was a good passer, decent defender.
Bad decisions off the court for Bolton, combined with a disappointing rookie season. While Miles Bridges, who knows if he will play for the team again. The team certainly looking like a mess. Chicago Bulls, Nikola Vucevic. The team included the Franz Wagner pick for the 6'10 center. Can't defend well after making all-star teams and putting up numbers on Orlando. Wasn't as great as fans thought he'd be. DeRozan nearly in his mid-30s now. Levine been injury prone. Lonzo Ball's knees might sadly not last. The inconsistent
I didn't think he was going to age well.
The Bulls just not good enough. Cleveland Cavaliers, Caris LeVert, considered a ball stopper similar to Jordan Clarkson ISO style. Doesn't add too much. Already have 20-point scores in Garland and Mitchell after winning the job as the starting small forward. Extremely hated as a pacer, didn't care to play for the small market franchise. Many feel he's better off playing with the second unit as a prototypical 6-man. Not high value off ball, doesn't add much on defense.
He's a 6-man.
Combined with being a poor shooter, drawing his lumps, never shot above 45% from the field
injury prone.
Season. Won't be the difference
back to his freshman year on Michigan.
Over the hump. Dallas Mavericks, Tim Hardaway Jr.
A lot of Michigan players, y'all hating now.
Can prove to be above average average, but many frustrating
down Michigan
stretches of
State
shooting
tonight.
slumps. The team got to the conference finals without him, still owe $54 million till 2025. Off the bench to start the season, certainly a slow start. Needs to be adding more value to a team that lost its second best player, Brunson, last free agency. Denver Nuggets, without a doubt, one of the quickest signings in free agency. DeAndre Fossil Jordan must have the privilege of the last name Jordan. How does one make sense how he's still an NBA player at age 34? 4 different teams last 3 seasons.
Malone is a dumbass.
Many believe the team signed him away to please KD to join. No reasonable team would even think about signing one of the slowest players. Can't move, gets caught every defensive possession. It'd honestly be a miracle.
I feel like Killian Hayes is coming up next. Denver, Detroit.
The whole season. Detroit Pistons. Killian Hayes, drafted 7th by the Pistons as their potential future floor general. Absolutely stink for the franchise. Way below average in the NBA. Still a bad shooter. The team now with KIV.
But that's the worst thing about it, is that it's only the offense. It's only the offense, which is 50% of basketball. But still, I mean, that's why we don't like Ben Simmons either. But still, it's only the offense, man. Like, Killian, please, you have a sexy jump shot. You do. You got them James Harden moves, man. Like, I've been seeing you dance out there, dancing with the damn stars, not dancing with the damn busts. Like, you got this, Killian. I believe in you, man. Please. You're a 6-man. You can do that. You should be able to be the best backup point guard in the NBA.
Stewart and Sadim Bey. Hard to imagine Hayes being part of the future plans. Almost time the team move on from him. Has no right hand and lacks finishing. Even struggles to get past old point guards. Golden State Warriors, Draymond Green. The antics, viral knockout punch in
punch of the next
practice,
era.
quickly moving on. The dirtiest player in the league. Half of Warrior fans sick of his antics. Borderline tackles players. Once he gets a first tag, can do whatever he pleases on the court. Struggle many games last finals and act like he's a top level
sweaty as hell in that
causing
picture.
His 73-win team a potential title, being suspended.
Michigan State player, y'all hate the Michigan players, guys.
Fines, no punishment. Poole earned the extension. Green still needs
grew up watching the Bad Boys,
but in 2020 was proved useless when playing without stars. Houston Rockets, I'm going with Bruno Fernando. From promising second-year Jalen Green, good rookie Jabari Smith, and Kevin Porter Jr. not paid a ton of money, but Fernando getting the starting job over Alperen Sengun.
Yeah, I kind of maybe equate that to like a Kevon Looney, James Wiseman situation, where it's like in time, Alpe's going to be the starter and everything,
fans
right?
Confused because Fernando not that good of an NBA player. The team seems like they want to lose a lot of games and get a #1 draft pick. Indiana Pacers, Buddy Hield, always in trade talks. Laker fans act like he's the second coming of Savior Jesus Christ.
Reggie
Called
Miller,
the Great 10 Commandment, doesn't help the team win much if he chucks up many shots. Lots of flaws, poor decision making, turnover prone, not a high IQ player. Had his Westbrook moments. If Lakers do in fact get him, he'll get the Kyle Kuzma treatment. All that welcoming and begging will soon become hating.
No, they need him. They need him on the Lakers.
2024, his career overall a little underwhelming. Los Angeles Clippers, Norman Powell, an awful start. Might not fit in Kawhi and PG. Supposed to be the third option. Looked like highway robbery, stealing him from Portland, but his contract looking like speedway robbery. Paid till 2026, absolutely failing to deliver as a starter. From being close to a 20-point scorer each of his last 2 seasons, the 29-year-old looking like a bench warmer, starting 1 of 12 from 3, the West Brick of the Clippers. Los Angeles Lakers,
hey, the West Brick of the Lakers, there we go.
Absolutely horrendous on all levels, the biggest laughing stock in the NBA. Every Laker fans can't stand his play, combined with the lack of self-awareness and not willing to change the worst possible outcome.
I mean, I will say though, like, at this point, how do we expect Westbrook to change? Like, Westbrook's game is his game at this point. Same thing with Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony was a ball stopper his entire career. He was a ball stopper when he was asked to come off the bench, too. It's just like, I guess Melo did become more of like a spot 3-point shooter, but even that was not like his go-to game. That's how he dominated the most. So I guess no matter what, if Westbrook's asked to change, I don't even know how that is even going to be. Like, there's not really a way to incorporate him into an offense that just like makes sense. He doesn't have like that little like secondary skill. Like, Melo is a good 3-point shooter, so he was able to do that to an extent, but Westbrook just doesn't have that at this point.
Bron and the team, not even a threat at all. 47 mil, looked like a negative 47 on the court. Blames his injuries for coming off the bench. Non-stop trade rumors. Thousands judging his every move on the court. His 0 of 11 game. If that's not rock bottom and bad enough, given his play, I'm afraid there will be many more bad Westbrook games for Laker fans to endure. The Memphis Grizzlies, Dylan Brooks, too much, too often gets his team shook. doesn't play like he read the playbook. An absolute travesty of a chucker for a contender. The awful shots, the king of inefficiency as a small forward, takes the second most shot on his team, single-handedly shot his team out the gym.
He was a big part of the start of the Grizzlies, though, like becoming good, I thought.
Golden State needs to tone it down with the poor shot selections. Miami Heat, two guys most disappointing,
Kyle Lowry,
one
Duncan.
A and one B, between the aging Kyle Lowry and the one-dimensional Duncan Robinson.
What's you guys' thoughts on Lowry and Duncan Robinson for Russell Westbrook? What y'all think about that? Just
36-year-old Paul Dick, while Robinson getting DMPs for playoff games after getting $90 million, given Matt Strus more versatile. Robinson, if it wasn't for his horrendous contract, the type of guy who can disappear out the league and no one would know this. I'll give the edge to Duncan.
He disappeared with 90 mil.
Who should be in his prime, and Lowry's contract simply was a big risk to begin with, given his age. Milwaukee Bucks, George Hill, sticking around a little too long, old and lost on both ends, forced to play in the Celtics
stay over the hill. It's a great joke.
3 to 7, only to be held scoreless 4 of those contests, 5 total points in 75 total minutes of action. 5 shot attempts, hit 1, disgustingly bad, had too much of him, trying to act like he's the #1 social justice activist, trying to boycott the bubble. His team ended up stinking and disappointing. Out the second round, Giannis received tons of blame, only to win the title without Hill the following year. The fact that George Hill's still in the NBA heading into 2023, very shocking. Minnesota Timberwolves, I'm going with Taurean Prince, 2 years, $16 million, off the bench, consider a stretch 4, a Mickey Mouse Jay Crowder, 7 points a game.
Yo, what's the T-Wolves record right now?
But too unpredictable.
So I've been sick for a week. I've not been keeping up.
Player on the court, bricking, shooting bad. New Orleans Pelicans, nobody on this team really
Gobert working out,
but the polarizing Zion Williamson still gets by far the most coverage, despite playing very few games. Team made the playoffs without him last season, more of a distraction after not being engaged with the team, already missing games early on with a bruise. Fans even made fun of his weight last Mardi Gras. If the Pels somehow underachieved compared to last season, Zion will get the heaviest blame. New York Knicks, the answer is Julius Randle. Erratic, reckless
Intern J.
Emotions gets the best of him, lashing out on teammates, simply a nightmare when his team goes through tough times, especially being one of the older players, should know better and be more calm instead of forcing the action. Best believe being a second or third option and taking less shots would be more beneficial. Should embrace more of a Draymond role instead of trying to be the guy. The booze will come when he gets ice cold and keeps jacking up contested jumpers. OKC Thunder, I'm going with Chet Holmgren. Despite not playing a single game, playing hurt in the Pro-Am, likely missing the entire season, super confident.
Best player in the NBA in your opinion?
Killian Hayes.
Myself in 2 months.
But most say super cocky too, considering
he is
himself
cocky
the
as
best
hell. I
player
kind of
in
like
the league
it.
2 months before the season. Some question whether he even be that good due to the super thin body frame.
I kind of like it. You need to be that way.
Orlando Magic, Mo Bamba, still with the franchise. His career's been tragic. Hasn't balled out. Still needs to put on weight.
See, I would say, I would probably say maybe Isaac or Markelle Fultz because they're always damn injured. It's like they're always. It's like, man, these players could be great, but just by
stronger guys. Back up to Wendell
injury
Carter.
issues.
Hasn't
not really their
the
fault
next step
though.
On D, can block some shots, but not a dread. Guards don't fear him. Way behind compared to most of his 2018 class. A draft redo. Bamba might not even go first round. While Jonathan Isaac hasn't played in over 2 years, entering the second year of his 4-year, $70 million contract.
So
now
much
age
potential.
25, hasn't played an NBA game since he was 22. Philadelphia 76ers, Matisse Thybulle, who fell off after getting hyped as a potential all-defensive team caliber player, hasn't shown to be good enough to knock down shots.
Could have been a PJ Tucker type. Could have been PJ Tucker.
Forgetting to take another COVID shot, couldn't travel to Toronto. Team didn't miss him much anyway. Personal decisions
missing all the
should be
shots.
Respected, but caught everybody off guard out of nowhere. While Tobias Harris with his fat contract, his lack of production at times, he is who he is at this point. The Phoenix Suns, Jay Crowder still on the roster, will be traded soon after being disgruntled. A postseason vet, been in a ton of big games, an okay.
Yo! I just gotta say real quick here because I'm speaking to players that don't want to be on the Suns. I don't want to be here. Did you guys hear about Eric Bledsoe? Like, I could not believe that I read literally within like probably a 12-hour span, Eric Bledsoe signs with Shanghai Sharks. Eric Bledsoe gets arrested for domestic violence. Like, just like I was damn shocked. I was like, what? Like, that's way too much news about Eric Bledsoe going on. That's way too much, like just things just... Ooh.
2 finals and 2 losses. The team's still doing very well early without him. When he's gone, Landry Shamet will be the most hated by the fan base, cursing
I'll be the Shanghai minnow.
falling in the second round for 3 straight seasons in brutal blown lead fashions. Also a low IQ type player. Portland Trailblazers, nobody I can think of that's hated by the fan base, honestly.
I would say the most hated player on Portland would have to be... Yeah, they're all wonderful. It's just a good, wonderful team.
Everybody well liked and respected by the fans until further notice. San Antonio Spurs, everybody should be hated right now. Being 3-1 overall, Johnson, Vessel, and Pirtle plus Trey Jones all playing solid. I'm going with Josh Richardson, a free agent.
Yo, what happened with Josh Primo though? Y'all hear about that?
Look for the team to trade him for future picks. Toronto Raptors, one of the best teams at developing young players. If there was any player the Raptor fans dislike, I'm going with Malachi Flynn. Due to being deep on the bench, hasn't shown much on the regular basis, can't be relied upon as a rotational piece on a good team, inconsistent shooting, and having a difficult time impacting the game in a big way. Utah Jazz, Mike Conley, at the very tail end of his career, shockingly still on the roster, signed with the team a little too late.
Yeah, he's been pretty trash, hasn't he?
Past his prime, from missing the potential game winner, Game 7 versus the Nuggets in the bubble, to stinking versus the Clippers the following season. Viewed as a guy who can take the load off Mitchell, his collapses in pivotal moment made the Jazz break up the Gobert-Mitchell era. Washington Wizards, Denny Avia.
Yo, I
lots
like
of
Denny.
passionate fans, but hasn't shown he can produce highly.
I was watching
in the
him last
league
night a
yet.
little bit.
Misses
He was
too
looking
many
good out there.
funny layups,
At least in the first
trending
quarter.
like he'll go back to Europe in a
Against
few
the
years.
Pacers.
Given the lack of time NBA teams wait on guys, has good IQ, a good passer, but Washington fans have mixed feeling about their third-year player. Almost 22, lots of work needs to be done. Thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe.
Yo, that's all we got, man. What y'all think? Y'all agree with these? Are these the most hated players by every single team's franchise? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.